Good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Tay. I hope that everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in for, I believe this is the fourth installation of Late Night Latte with Dr. Tay. I'm so excited about today's interview. Actually, this is our guest texting me right now. Send. Okay, we're back. So I'm really excited about tonight's interview. I'm going to be interviewing Tenisha Walton. She is the CEO of Dolled by Tenisha, and she is an awesome makeup artist. But we're going to talk more than just makeup. We're not talking DIY and how to get the best eyebrows and, what colors to match your skin. We're not talking that tonight. We're going to be talking about self-image. So she's actually on now. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her on. Technology brings her on. I'm going to introduce her and then we are going to get started. All right, Facebook, come on now. Let her on. And I see that there's some people from the Excelling Church tuned in. Thank you, Gail, for tuning in. Hey, girl, how are you? Where's Tanisha? What's going on? Tanisha Boo, I sent you a request. I'm not sure why it's not bringing you on. Hey, Latoya. Hey, Soror. Hey, Gail. I don't know why it's not letting Tanisha come on. Let's try this again.
Hi.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Am I like sideways now?
Yeah, you're sideways. Turn it around.
Okay. We
Okay,
good?
okay. Yes, we're good. Now, I can't see like the entire face situation. So, we want to market all of your beauty and your skills.
Lord have mercy. I need
So,
to.
everyone, this is Tenisha Walton. I've known her for a little over a year. We actually attend the Excelling Church together. And with prom season kind of coming to a close, I wanted to talk about, look at her, she's like making sure everything is good, everything is
Yeah,
straight.
I'm excited.
But as prom season is coming to a close, I wanted to talk not so much DIY makeup stuff, but self-image and the importance of that, because not just prom season, but like with weddings and everything, everyone wants to make sure that the face is beat perfectly, eyebrows are perfectly arched. But I just wanted to talk to you as like the resident makeup connoisseur at the Excelling Church. I wanted to talk to you
Oh,
about self-image on the inside, because your tagline, is related to the inside and the out. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
that's like the most craziest question ever. When someone actually tells me about yourself, it's like, okay.
Well, you don't want me
Well,
to do it because then you'll start blushing. So I figured let me put that ball in your court.
over well, first and foremost, I am a daughter of the King. I'm a mom of one. I have a 13-year-old, Cheyenne, and I'm a makeup artist. That's it. Hi, Toya.
Is that really it though? Like, don't you do everything? I'm just saying.
I do a little something, something.
You do
That's what I
hair.
go by. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Don't start.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So I don't think anybody touches Tanisha's hair because she can do her own. She does makeup as well. You do nails? You do your own nails as well?
No.
Oh, okay, I thought
I
okay.
can though, but I don't.
But you heard that. She says she can. Um
I leave that to Karen.
okay. All right. So we have a lot of gifts at the Excelling Church. That's who Karen is. She's our resident nail tech. Um So, okay, but you do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. What made you decide to do makeup and really pour everything into that? Hey, Ashley.
Actually. Okay, so first it started with hair. I
Okay.
went to high school. I went to Queens Vocational High School for my cosmetology license, but
Hmm.
it got a little complicated. Doing hair, it takes a lot. And then I thought I wanted just to be a weaveologist. I didn't want to get into like the natural hair and all of this stuff. Like hair it's a lot of avenues. So then
Right, right.
it came about in about eighth grade. I started doing a white wing liner. You remember the white line? It
Oh,
started
absolutely.
every year. It just started advancing, and then I just really took a love into doing makeup because it was quick, it was fun, it was creative, and then it became like first a hobby, and then it became a passion. Like I started getting bothered when people say, "Oh, this is a hobby. Why don't you do my makeup?" Then I started noticing that, wow, this is something I could really do, and I enjoy it because I was
Right.
never really into. I never wanted to work a 9 to 5. I never saw myself
Mm.
working a 9 to 5. I always wanted to do something that I love. So I can honestly say makeup is not a 9 to 5 for me, although I do work for MAC Cosmetics. But my
Hmm.
passion
I'm
for
wearing my Ooh Baby in your honor.
yes, lip gloss. But yeah, doing makeup is my passion. I just love it. I love what I do. I love when I do women's makeup and they look in the mirror and like, oh my God, this is me. Wow. Like
Hmm.
that brings joy to me. So
Right.
yeah, makeup is definitely
Awesome. I love what you said about not wanting to work a 9 to 5. And some people don't want to work a 9 to 5, so they don't work.
right.
But then other
Lord have
people,
mercy.
and I think that's the plight of the entrepreneur is making your own lane, creating your own lane, creating your own space, and you're doing something that you're passionate about. And I
Absolutely.
think what is the saying that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life?
Right. Right.
And I think that's such a blessing for people who can not only use their gifts but use their gifts and create a career out of it, because then you're never really working. It's just like you're
Right.
just doing what you're passionate about. Not to say
Right.
that the challenges won't come, but
Absolutely.
you're doing something that you love, and I think that's so important. So you talked a little bit about going to Queens Vocational School or whatever, but what aspects of your personal life do you think played a part in you deciding to do makeup?
Well, I mean, not too many people will know, but I had suffered really bad from low self-esteem. So it
Mm,
started with thinking that makeup made me look better, but it
wow.
wasn't helping me feel better inside. Like people see this and they think, oh, she has it all together, but deep inside, I was really dying.
Mm,
Not to get into it too deep, but I was in a very like verbally, physically abusive relationship. So makeup
mm,
is something that hid how I felt on the inside.
wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so then of course I found Jesus. Jesus found me. But then I started learning about beauty on the inside. And I had people
Mhm,
speak into my life who saw past the makeup and they saw the hurt girl. And I that's where enhancing beauty inside out came as
mhm,
my logo, because beauty is skin deep and you just never know. You think that this girl got it all put together here, but I was really dying inside, and makeup was is one form of being beautiful, but
mhm, mhm.
really being beautiful inside is where beauty really comes from.
Right. And I'm so glad you said that, because oftentimes that's what we do. And I say we as women, we put
Hmm.
the makeup on because we're either
Right.
covering physical scars or we're
Right.
covering what's underneath, or
Internally.
we don't think we're beautiful enough. So, and that's one thing that I struggled with, not because I'm definitely not an MUA. I'm a bathroom MUA, you know that. I'll
It,
send you like, Tanisha, how are my eyebrows?
you're
But
perfect. Fine.
but I was like, you know what? I enjoy makeup because of the creative nature of it. I always say like
Right.
makeup artists, they have to be like they can draw. Like the best makeup artists can draw. They're creative in some way because a
Right.
face is nothing but a palette. Um,
Right.
just like I use it as self-expression, but do people think that I'm just trying to cover up something? Or
Right.
so like I remember when I was at my former church and I was in leadership, and I would wear my robe and everything had to be straight laced, but I would go crazy with my eyeshadow. And I'm
Wow.
just like, well, what do people think? Do they
Mm,
think that I'm
right.
trying to cover up something when I'm really just being creative. It was the shoes and the eyeshadow. But I think makeup is it's just an enhancement.
Right.
But depending on what's going on inside of you, that
Mm-hmm.
determines if it's an enhancement or if it goes deeper than that. And
Right.
I love your story of, you know, having low self-esteem yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
never knew that. Um, but I'm so glad that you're like, yeah, there was a point. There was a point in that. But I'm so glad that you share that, because there are women, like grown women, who need to hear that. Like, it's not all
Right.
about,
No.
you know, going to bed with makeup
Right.
and waking up with makeup. Like, I'll go to school bare faced,
Right.
and they might not recognize me. Oh
Right.
well, whatever. Like, it's fine. It depends on the day. But I love how your testimony
Mm-hmm.
is related to, you know, how and why you chose this lane. So you mentioned enhancing beauty inside and out. So how
Right.
do you told us a little bit about your journey and your inside, but how do you help women enhance their inside while you're improving their outside?
Well, what I've learned from just being in ministry and being just being taught, like being fed under a lot of great mentorship and prophets and stuff. They spoke into my life. Like, the reason why I went through that was to help someone else overcome. So I noticed while I would
Mm,
do makeup, like girls would just constantly like just pour themselves out to me, tell me their problems. They would come in my chair broken, telling me their problems about their relationships, and it started getting really personal. And then my thing is, while I do makeup, I love to play like worship music, and I love
mm-hmm,
to just encourage. And one of my secrets, a lot of people don't know. So when I'm putting on foundation, right, I make a
mm-hmm.
cross, and I'm actually
Cross. I
praying
knew
for the
you were
person.
gonna say that.
I'm
I
actually
knew it.
praying for the person that I'm actually putting makeup on, and I just feel like there's inner healing going on
Mm-hmm,
while I'm doing makeup. People think they see it as makeup being one way, but I'm actually doing inner healing at the same time. Well, God is doing the inner healing through me, but
mm-hmm.
I see makeup for me more as ministry. People may see it as a
Wow.
career, but it's actually ministry for me. That's one way.
Right.
That's like one open door for me. So that's how,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
it's
Like,
really,
I'm trying not to cry, like, because that's deep.
it's really more than makeup. I think makeup is just what gets me through the door, but it's really
Hmm.
ministry.
Right. That's amazing, and how you like set the atmosphere. And I'm thinking, like, as you're putting the cross, like, you're anointing that person.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you probably put like anointing oil in your foundation. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, I tried. You know what? Yeah. It's gonna be some in my makeup line. Thank you. Put a little holy oil.
just just a little
Yeah.
dab.
Yeah.
But that's amazing that you can really create a space. And like, you know, being a psychologist, that's one of the biggest parts, in addition to the talking, of course, is providing creating a safe space for
Mm-hmm.
people to be free and to be able to talk. And I always say, like, in addition to therapists, bartenders and cosmetologists, so nail techs and makeup artists, you're like you should have the honorary doctorates, because people, if you create
Wow.
that safe space for them, they're
Right.
going to bear all. So
Wow.
you are in a position to really help usher people into that healing, like
Right.
people poured into you and ushered you into yours. So, and you
Right.
having that personal experience is really awesome. So you know exactly how to touch them
Right.
in ways that other people might not be able to. That's amazing. So you said you mentioned you work for Mac, but you are an entrepreneur, right?
Correct.
Yes. So
Correct.
tell us about your business.
Dolled by Tenisha. So that's my brand, enhancing beauty inside out. I'm kind of like in transition. Like, these are my final days at Mac, that I know without a shadow of a doubt. And I'm building my clientele to where I could just finally launch off and just be fully dolled by Tanisha. But
Okay.
yes, I have my first makeup class coming up at the Excelling Church, our church. Yes, and it's going to be a corporate class. I mean, I've done lessons, but to do something corporately with, I don't want to do any more than 25 women, 20 to 25 women, but we'll
Mhm.
see. So that, I think that's definitely going to be like the next launching of my career. Also, it's on my birthday, which is July 13th. So it's like a gift to myself to stop procrastinating and just to go
Wow.
forth. To go forth.
Wow. Like,
Definitely.
what better gift to give yourself than the gift of
Right.
taking that first step of faith?
Correct.
Like, I know I've been there when people have prophesied to you and spoke over your life, and you're just like, I'm good.
Right.
But I'm super proud of you. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you. This is exciting. It's a long time coming. Those of you who are interested and you want to know how to arch your brows and make sure you choose the right color, I will be there.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, because right now I rushed this. I told Tanisha, I was just like, let me throw on some lip gloss because I
Oh
can't be
my
on the
God.
screen next to you looking crazy.
It's fine.
But if you're interested, her Cash App is Tanisha Cheyenne, Cheyenne, and that
Correct.
is how you reserve your spot. So further details will be shared with you once you reserve your spot. It's on Friday the 13th, but we
Look,
holy, so that doesn't mean anything. Um, Friday, Friday, July 13th, and it's going to be at the Excelling Church. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. It will sell out quickly because, as you
yes.
can see, she is talented and she has gifted hands. Um, so yeah, and follow her on all social media. On Instagram, it's Dolled by Tenisha, Dolled_by Tenisha, Tenisha. And on Facebook, make sure you follow her page, Dolled by Tenisha, her business page as well, and see all of her work. Even testimonials. I think you posted a screenshot for one of your clients recently, and it was this young lady's, I think, her high school graduation pictures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And basically the person was saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much, and we're going to stick with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's not only because you're gifted, but because you look at it as ministry and not just work. And I think that's how we, as entrepreneurs, that's how we develop the clientele. That's how we build up fan bases and stuff, because we're creating a safe space and we look at it as ministry. You know what I mean? So that's
Absolutely.
really important. And I encourage you to just keep going forward and don't look back. Don't
Amen.
look back. Don't look
Amen.
back. Um, I'm sorry. I had a
Okay.
thought, but so we talked about your upcoming event. We talked about your social media. Do you have some encouragement for those who are watching and those who are going to be watching the playback?
Well, what I would say to anybody who has a dream and who's starting off really small, just to keep going. Timing is everything.
Mm,
And just to keep going, because I didn't say, but me getting into Mac, it took almost 6 years. And
wow.
I was looking for this one lady. Her name is Tamara. And one day I got fired from working at JFK, which I currently work now. I was cleaning toilets at JFK and I got fired. And I
Wow.
was sitting in the car with my grandfather, and this woman, she came up to the car and she was asking why the children were taking so long to get off the school bus. And but I was sitting in the back and I was really depressed because I just lost my job. I got fired. I've never been fired from a job in my life. And a woman, she just came into the car asking about the children. And then she looked at me and she said, "Do you do makeup?" And I was just like, yeah. I thought she was going to ask me, if I could do her makeup. So I said, yeah, I do
Hmm.
makeup. She said, well, who do you work for? And I said, well, currently I just freelance for myself. She said, oh, you don't work for Mac or Sephora? I was like, no. She said, but what's wrong with Mac? I said, nothing's wrong with Mac. She said, okay, good, because my name is Tamara and I'm the Mac manager and I want to interview you on Monday. And my face, everything just dropped and I was
Wow.
screaming. And I said, oh my God, is your name Tamara? She says, yes. And this was the same lady that like I was looking for years. I would come up and show my resume to, and she would tell me to come back, but she went out on maternity leave, and they also
Mhm.
transferred her location. So everything is in
Wow.
God's timing, and just just stick to it. Don't let nobody talk you out of your dream. I can show you pictures of how my eyebrows used to look crazy. Just keep working on your gift. Believe in yourself, because not everybody is going to support you, but make sure you're your number one supporter and keep going. Keep going.
Wow, that
It's
is
so
amazing. Like you were literally sitting in the car with Pop. And that
yes.
goes to show you that, like Tahima said, come on, connection.
I
That
love you, God.
that is
Love
so
you,
true. Like, and you were just completely just a hot mess because you lost your job,
right,
not
but
knowing
God
that God was
allowed me
paving the
to lose
way.
the job.
And like, look at you. You said you're in your last days at Mac. Not to say that there's anything wrong with Mac, but God has
Oh,
called you to greater.
right.
Like,
And
that this was a stepping stone. And I think that Miss Tamra, hey Miss Tamra, if you're watching,
I
that
love
was
her.
just that
Yes.
that was a transition that had to happen.
It
That had
had
to
to happen.
happen, and you learned a lot at Mac, and Mac got you a lot of exposure. Yes, yes, Pastor Shaquan,
I
timing
love you,
is
Pastor.
everything. So that was amazing. And I think, you know, sometimes when we're in our most broken places, that's when we hear God loudest.
Come on here.
And maybe it was that. Stop it. Don't you say
I
it,
will say,
Tanisha, because
I
I
was, it was right there. It was right there.
yeah, I know, because you like to call people out their name. But I think that you needed that. You needed that
Yeah,
transitional period, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say that that was like the beginning of the rest of your life,
that was it.
because you're no longer cleaning toilets unless you want to at home.
Right.
So that's amazing, and thank you for sharing that testimony. I think that people, and like I told you, and I'm going to put you out there, just giving you, Tanisha was nervous when I asked her. Uh-huh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
still
but nobody would know, right? Nobody would know. But she said she was nervous, but it's more than just prom season coming to a close, and God put her in my spirit for a reason. And I know that you have a story to tell, and you don't often share your testimony. People know you as the makeup artist, and you go to excelling, and you do 85 Exalt, and you're an intercessor. Like that's what people know. Yeah, I called you out. Whatever. It's fine. Somebody on here probably need prayer, and they're going to DM you. It's fine. But
DM
you
Gail
have a story.
Emore for all prayer and Pastor Shaquan. No, stop. Yes.
Didn't she just tell you how she anoints folk when she does their makeup, and she want to backtrack now?
So,
But you have a story to tell, and your story is inspirational. I know that there's more that we don't even know, and maybe it'll be in your book. Um, but you have such a story to tell. And
yeah.
it's not just young ladies who need to hear it. There are women in their 40s, 50s, 60s who need to be inspired, who need to know that they are beautiful on the inside and out, without a drop of foundation, without
Right.
any baby lip gloss. You know what I mean? You are definitely an inspiration. So thank you for pushing past your anxiety, which no one would have ever known about, and getting on here and sharing. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Pastor Tay.
She said doctor, y'all.
Thank you,
That must
Pastor
have been the
Tay.
connection or something.
I need to give a shout out though. I would like to say happy birthday, Pastor Shaquan.
Yes, happy birthday, Pastor.
Oh,
Come on. We
yes.
love you. We're both on the intercessory team, and she is just now she fly. She is fly, y'all.
All that.
Like
All that.
I
All of
saw
that.
her in jeans for the first time on Sunday, and I was just like,
She did that.
"Whoa!" But she killed it.
I love me some Pastor Shaquan.
Pastor Shaquan is amazing.
That's a whole
And
nother live.
yeah, that you know what? I'll message you,
Ooh,
Pastor Shaquan.
ooh,
Yes, I think I got. Ooh, yeah, Pastor
okay,
Shaquan.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Pastor Shaquan. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have my people call your people. Um,
Uh-oh.
but you speaking, she said we're crazy, but I'm serious. You're gonna be on live. So speaking of shout outs, I want to shout out everybody from the Excelling Church. Y'all
Yes,
turned out
I
to
love y'all.
support Tanisha, and I just want to thank you all. I see Angelisa,
Yes,
Pastor Shaquan, Lady
Lady Sa.
James, Natalie, Gail. Come on here, Excelling.
Yes,
Yes. Y'all
love
better
y'all.
show out and support Tanisha. And we have Onika and my brother Richard.
Tijuana.
Thank you for tuning in. Rania. I've known Rania since she was 5. Oh my God. Well, we were 5. Who else is on here? My mom. Hey
Hi,
mom.
Mom.
And Sister
My daughter's on here
Tijuana.
too, Cheyenne, but
Cheyenne?
she's on the laptop under my name.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Cheyenne Boo. Lene, Nelson, Jax, Mrs. Fredericks, Ashley Nicole, who's a producer for CNN. So
Okay.
just putting that out there, Ashley. You know, Toya,
Hi, Toya.
Alicia, Selena. Wow. Yeah. Wow. This is
Tijuana.
exciting. Yes. So thank you all for tuning in. I really, really, really appreciate all of you. I will see y'all here next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Do a late night latte every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. If you're not doing anything, if the kids are already asleep, praise God that mine are. Oh, that's such a blessing because we were like this close to getting a visit. But
Uh-oh.
tune in. I strive to have people who are doing amazing things and have amazing stories, and so we can just have some real talk and some real inspiration. And Talia just signed on. Hey, boo. So yeah, any parting words, my love?
I love you guys. I love you, Dr. Tay. Thank you for having me.
I love you,
You
Tanisha.
know,
Thank you
brought
for
me out my
joining me.
comfort zone.
Amen. That was the intention. Oh,
Talk to
sorry.
me. Stop pushing me. Stop pushing me. No, I love y'all.
But
And I
folk are
hope to see
pushing
you
you, and
guys
that's why
July
you have a
13th.
corporate class. Hmm?
Yes. I hope
Yes.
to see you guys July 13th. Love you, Talia.
Yes, and if you want some information on how to register for the class, you can go on Dolled by Tanisha's Facebook page. You can also go on. I'll post it. I'll post it in the comments, and also in his favorite designs, the company that did the flyer, they posted it on their page as well. Shameless plug. But make sure
Hey.
you follow Tanisha on all social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook. Follow Dr. Tay. That's Dr. Tay on all social media outlets. And so you can, keep track of what we're doing, keep track of Tanisha and all the awesomeness that is about to come to her. And look at her.
I receive it. Shondo, I receive it.
So thank you so much. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And we're gonna sign off. And I hope to see you next week for
Yeah.
an extra special edition of Late Night Latte with Dr. Tay. Have a great
Pastor
evening.
Siobhan.
Maybe not next week, but I have to see what her schedule's like. So we'll see. We'll see.
Bye.
Love you all and have a great one.